Hi guys! So I'm super excited. I just ordered the Ancestry DNA kit and it just came in the mail. So it came with, this is the back of it, but it came with this box and inside was instructions and a tube and instructions on how to use that tube um, and super simple. I'm sending it in tomorrow. But essentially, I'm just really excited to see what this little vial of saliva will tell me about where I come from. Um, my family, I've always, known sort of limited history of my family. I've known that both of my parents' side of the family is from the South. My great grandmother, lived to be 107 before she passed away, and I know that she was sort of a housemaid. They had abolished slavery by then, but abolished slavery. Um, I know that her mother was a slave. Um, I know that we come from Africa, but I don't know where. I've been told that there's Indian in my blood. My mom swears up and down that her grandfather was full-blooded Indian. Don't know what tribe. This is probably why I think he was probably part white and they thought he was Indian. I also know that on my father's side, apparently my great grandmother was half Irish. Again, I don't know. I don't know, but if I were to guess, I would guess that I'm probably 80% from Africa and 20% European. I have no idea. But I'm excited to find out. So I took the test today. Well, the test, meaning you kind of spit in this tube. Did that today. I also bought one for my dad for Father's Day, so I'm really excited for him to take the test too. I think it's just so much more meaningful than getting any other type of material gift. It takes 6 to 8 weeks, I guess, for it to come in, but it'll be worth it. So we'll check back in 6 to 8 weeks. All right. Ah, I'm excited. See you. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I just got my Ancestry DNA results. So it comes to your email. You get a message from Ancestry DNA and it says, your results are in. You open it and you click on a little green button and gotta sign in if you're not already signed in. Okay. Okay, so I think I had said in my last video that I assume that I'm probably like 80% African, maybe 20% European. I did say that I was really curious to see if there was any Native American in my blood because my mother's side of the family swear up and down that my great-grandfather was full-blooded Indian, and I was skeptical of that. I never met him, but I knew that my great-grandmother was from Mississippi or Alabama, deep south, that her mother was a slave, that she was like a housemaid. And I just found it just kind of hard to believe that her husband was full Native American. Like I just didn't find it. I didn't believe it. And I told my mom that the likelier possibility is that he was part white. Is that if he was from the South, then his bloodline was affected by slavery, um, which explains, I think, a lot of African Americans who feel like there might be something else and that they think it might be Native American, but they're not. But anyways, I think I'm rambling, so I just want to see what these results are. Okay. Nice. I knew I was like 80-20. So, okay. So I'm 81% African. It's not surprising. 41% Nigerian. So I'm mostly Nigerian. 13% Tongo. 11% from Senegal. 11% from Cameroon/Congo. And then they have these low confidence regions. I wonder if you can see that. You definitely cannot see that. I like cannot be a YouTuber. I don't know how they make things in focus. But so anyways, low confidence, I guess they're taking like a guess of what region it is. So 2% Africa, South Central, less than 1% Ivory Coast, Ghana, less than 1% Malta, Mali, and less than 1% Africa, Southeastern. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, but it feels really good to know what countries my blood is from. Okay, so on to Europe. It says 19%. 8% of that is Great Britain. And then you've got low confidence regions. So I guess they weren't entirely sure, but 4% is Iberian Peninsula. I don't know where Iberian Peninsula is. Oh my goodness. I feel like I should have taken geography. Oh, that's interesting. So they essentially circle. I don't know if you can see that, but they circle the area, and Iberian Peninsula is there. It's Spain and Portugal. That's really interesting. That's not something that I would have expected. And now I'm curious to know what side of the family, like what side of the family that comes from. Yeah, so we said 8% Great Britain, 4% Scandinavia, which is your Denmark, Sweden, Norway areas. And then a little sprinkle of maybe Finland, a little sprinkle of Eastern European, a little sprinkle of Ireland. And yeah. And you know what's not on this, Mom? Native American. I told you. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that there was no Native American in our blood. I have to call her to tell her, like, hey, Mom, I know you said Grandpa had long, straight hair like an Indian, but I think that's European blood that was running through him that you were seeing. So this is so interesting. So Ancestry DNA, they essentially, they give you a breakdown of the regions that you're from. And then if you click on a region, so let's say I'm going to click on Nigeria, you can go deeper. So you can go to see details, and it tells you all about Nigeria. It tells you the history, the geography, the religion, kingdoms of the past, the slave trade, which I'm definitely going to take some time and just kind of read through each of these regions. It tells you, how ethnic groups are broken down, the tribes. This is so interesting. Like, it feels really good to know what my ancestry makeup is. When people have asked me since I was a child, like, oh, it's like, well, is there anything else in your blood, and what's in your blood? And I knew that there was probably European on both sides, but I didn't know where in Africa I'm from. And I think that this is it's such a great feeling to know where you come from. I would 100% recommend it. I will say that I'm I want to do more. And I'm super curious to see what 23andMe has. I'm really curious to see if the results will be the same, if they'll be different. And what more can I learn about myself? So, this is really cool. I recommend it to anyone, and share your stories if you've done it. It was really helpful for me to see other people's stories. So yeah.